everyone. So this was another instance of I was going to do a spotlight video for Samyra, but after watching a couple of her TikToks from more recent, I realized I wanted to definitely do a year in the TikTok series on her. So this is the first video of that. We're gonna start with videos from November of last year and just work our way up to the present. So without further ado, let's just jump into it.
Okay, listen, I know it's getting a little chilly outside, but I saw an opportunity and I had to take it. I, I had to take it. I, I had to take it. Wait. I had to take it. Hold on. I had to take it. I had to.
If she's happy with the way that looks, that's great. Personally, one, if it's cold, like, I'm sorry, I am a wuss. Like prioritize comfort over 99% of things. And one, you couldn't pay me to walk. This isn't even about buying security. This is like if it's chilly outside, I'm not fucking wearing a bikini top with a short skirt and like no leggings. No fucking way. But if that's her thing, that's great. To me, the skirt looks cheap, and when she turned around, like you could see that it was wrinkled in the back. Is that like a regular thing with leather? I don't wear leather, really. I don't really wear leather. I don't necessarily have a problem with leather as a concept if you're the leather that you're buying you plan on keeping for a long time, then I think that um leather can be kept ethically per on a this is just my personal opinion. Like I do have a leather bag that I've had for over 10 years. I bought it from a man who owns his own farm. It came from his animals that they were going to kill already for meat. So it was a way of like using the whole carcass. And it's very durable. Leather's when you use like actual leather, not a leather blend or anything, leather is very or like not a faux leather. Leather is very durable. This does not look like actual leather. To me, it looks like maybe a pleather of some sort. But like if she likes it, go ahead. I personally, this isn't even about her weight. I just don't think that it looks very good, but that's me.
Hold on. I had to take it. Hold on. I had to take it. I had to take it. And now I gotta take it to the streets. Okay, listen.
Personally, even on a thin person, I don't care for it. I don't care for it at all, but that's me. I'd like to know your opinions on leather, pleather, wearing it out, and this particular outfit for November weather.
It's your girl Samyra. Coming at you about the plus sizes. Brands. Listen closely, please. If you want plus sizes to sell, why you keep making them ugly as hell? Why do I gotta get it in the mail? Why can't I go to the store like everybody else? Ooh, everybody else, they got it on a shelf, they got it on a rack, they got it in a bag. I gotta wait for the stock online. Baby, why? When I am this fine.
Honestly, like this I think this just kind of are plus size clothes uglier than traditional mainstream size clothes. Up for debate, in all honesty. I do notice that plus sizes tend to be a bit more matronly. But as far as overall styling and stuff, I really think it kind of depends on your taste. I personally find, like, I haven't been able to find clothes in a boutique or in a store that I like for a couple of years now because I just don't like the current trends of fashion. And, trends in fashion come and go. There's an ebb and flow to this. The stuff that I like is gonna come back around. Uh, so maybe like, and not only that, but it's JCPenney. Like I don't get me wrong, I like JCPenney because their stuff is simple and generic, pretty much because I like having kind of a nameless look. I like blending in. I don't necessarily want to stand out, but that's why I shop at JCPenney. So Myra doesn't strike me as someone that wants to blend in. So I don't think that JCPenney is really her. And not only that, but JCPenney, at least when I shop there, their clothes just tend towards an older demographic, in my opinion. Even their teen section isn't like super current. At least when I was shopping there, I haven't shopped there in a couple of years, so I could be wrong. But JCPenney, when you're looking for modern, cute, trendy clothing, JCPenney is not where I would go, personally. But that's just my opinion. That's just my opinion. Target is a little bit more mainstream. Or not mainstream because JCPenney's mainstream, but Target is a little more youthful. Which is why I think Samyra found something there. But even that, like, Target's had kind of the same clothing line for the last couple of years. Except I cannot find these pants that I actually really liked from Target. I only bought one pair because I'm fucking stupid. I need to learn to just if I find a cut of pants that I like, I need to get it in every color because I don't like shopping for clothes. I don't like it. Why do I do this to myself? I'm like, oh, I love these pants. Do I buy a second pair? No. No, I don't. Anyway, let's move on.
If it look like you can fit it, bitch, you better go and get it. If it look like you can fit it, bitch, you better get up in it. If it look like you can fit it, bitch, you better go and spin it. And it look like you can fit it, so you better go and get it. Bye bye, bye bye, bye bye, bye bye, go and get it. Bye bye.
Maybe it's just the way that it sounds. I know this is the same skirt that I said looked cheap earlier. It actually looks better here. Maybe it's the lighting. There isn't really much else to say, but I just want to note that my opinion on the skirt, not that anyone cares, but my opinion on the skirt is a little different. I still don't like it personally, but that's more of a personal style choice, not necessarily because of anything else.
I mean, it's on. It's not my waist. Is it tight? It's not like she said my waist. I wish it could be lower, but like it's not long enough to be lower. It looks like it's high. I don't know. I personally like. I wear a lot of things at my waist, so to me it's fine. In my waist. It actually looks cute. Baba, 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 Baba. Okay. I mean, it's on.
I mean, I've never been one for fanny packs, but like she said, like you can if you're comfortable with where it is, it's fine. But couldn't you also like if it really bothers you where it is and you want it to sit lower, isn't there a way to get like an extension? I feel like because it's those standard kind of um buckle closures that you could probably just get an extension for it and make it fit how you want. It just I don't know, there's something about it where it's a little bit like okay, yeah, I get that you wish that it was bigger, but there's ways to accommodate yourself. Like to a certain extent, we all kind of have to accommodate ourselves, you know?
I recently came across a video of a lady trying to buy plus size clothes at a normal store.
Do you have plus sizes at this location or no? Okay, thank you. Northridge? Okay, thank you. Hi. Do you have plus sizes at this location?
The biggest size we carry in the store is double XL.
Okay, thank you. Pardon? Do you have your plus sizes at the store at this location or no?
It's all the way to double XL.
Okay, thank you.
If that's not a wake-up call to you, I don't know what is. Her whole comment section was just coming after the store for apparently being fatphobic because it didn't have a 5XL. I just really dislike how when someone doesn't like something, they point fingers. And in this case, they're calling the store fatphobic. And it irks me because the same thing's happening to me. One of her influencer friends posted me on her story and basically just called me a fatphobic and how I'm a bully. I'm just here to clear the air. I'm not fatphobic and I don't hate fat people. But what I will tell you is I have a lot more respect for the overweight person that is actively trying to lose weight and live a healthy lifestyle, rather than the people that point fingers at you, calling you fatphobic, and use dumb excuses like being overweight just runs in my family. Dude, no one runs in your family. I recently came across a video.
Okay, that last line was kind of funny. Here's the thing about Samyra going into the the stores, because I remember seeing that kind of across some different compilation channels was when it was originally happening. And some people were like even irritated that she went in and asked at all. And I think that that's a bit ridiculous. I think she has every right to go in and ask if they carry plus sizes. and to even keep a tally of which ones in her area don't on the screen. That's fine. I do disagree with that, saying that they are fat phobic for not carrying plus sizes. That's kind of where the bigger crux of the issue is that they're not fat phobic for not carrying your size. You can 100% ask, and you can even publicize that the ones near you don't have it if you are trying to make an argument of how hard it is for you to shop. There is some still bigger discussions that can happen around that. But just for the sake of going in, checking which stores around you carry plus sizes and keeping a tally on the screen, I don't think that that was such a big deal. I think that's totally fine. Calling them fat phobic is where the issue was. I didn't see her do it in that video, but that doesn't mean that it wasn't in the caption. It was clearly before where we started here. And for calling him fat phobic, I don't know the greater context of those. I do think that the fat acceptance community loves to throw out fat phobia as an insult and as an accusation, just kind of for the sake of it. If you even disagree with them on the smallest things, I've been called fat phobic several times on this channel. I personally don't think I'm fat phobic. I don't have anything against fat people, and I don't think that it's a big deal for them to live their lives. There's a lot of things with Samyra on here where she shows herself trying on stuff. She's confident and whatever, and like I don't really have issues with that realm of her content. My bigger issue is acting like she is this kind of oppression fighter to try to get plus size clothes in stores, and how it's unfair when it's like, but you've put yourself in that position. It's the lack of ownership and responsibility that I have a bigger issue with, rather than um the fact that they are obese. Like, I am kind of a my general idea is that you can do whatever you want with your life and your body, so long as it doesn't extend to someone else, like it doesn't trespass on another person. And if you do that to the point where it hurts you, that's your prerogative. You're an adult, you can do that. At the same time, you have to take responsibility for your choices. Like, and I think this kind of comes from having people in my family that have had a host of addictions. And to a certain extent, at some point, you do kind of throw up your hands and are like, you know what, they're an adult. They can make their own choices, and you're kind of, you get tired of fighting them to get better. Like, after so many years, so many half-assed attempts, maybe one or two genuine attempts where they fall off the wagon, and then they kind of end up spiraling in this headspace that you can't pull them out of it's just not going to work for me. I wasn't meant to be sober. I can't do it. I can't blah blah blah. Or they another way is they push it all onto you, saying if you hadn't stressed me out, if you had reminded me, if you had supported me better, if you had done XYZ. And then it's just the consistent thing though of not taking responsibility for the choices that they make that pisses me off to no end. You want to destroy your health? I think that you are free to do so. But take responsibility for it, you know?
On today's episode of If It Looked Like a Good Fit, bitch, you better go and get it.
Pardon? Do you have plus sizes at this location or no? Okay, thank you. Northridge? Okay, thank you.
Yeah, Forever 21 really said if you big, you gonna have to take a field trip. So take a field trip is what we did, and I was pleasantly surprised to find some plus sizes in the front of the store. Now, I was getting kind of aggravated because I see the sign that says they go 0X or 3X in store. Y'all know they go up to a 4X online, but we know that 4X is really a 3X because their inches are small, so their 3X is a 2X, so they only got a 2X in store. We're gonna talk about that later. Now, I got confused because I was looking around, and I was like, are these the only plus sizes in the store? Can't be. So I got on the escalator, went upstairs, and y'all, when I tell y'all, this was probably the biggest plus size section I ever seen at a Forever 21. Like, it was wall to wall. That whole corridor on this second half, it was all the plus sizes. And it was the cute stuff. Like, usually when they have the plus sizes out, it'd be all the little ugly stuff, but this was the cute stuff. Like, y'all see this. Like, this is sped up ×4. I'm moving. I'm walking. I'm covering some ground. But as much as I love to see this, it also aggravates me that I had to, number one, go all the way to Northridge to get this. Number two, you don't carry your full plus size range in store. And your plus sizes are small. Your 4X is a 3X. So let's get it together, Forever 21. Now, I did have some things I have to grab for something fun.
So couple of things I have to say for this. One, saying that their 4X is a 3X. From what I understand, even across plus sizes, is that there is no standardization for sizing. Otherwise, women's shopping would be a hell of a lot easier. So this is just their 3X, 4X for this store. Two, they carry sizes that sell. Clearly, this store is in the vicinity of people who are more overweight, and that's why they carry so much, because it sells there. If they don't carry the 4X, there aren't a whole lot of 4Xers buying those clothes then. But they carry an expansive plus size section because the demographic for that store is larger. So that makes sense. And that is why it wasn't near you, because you clearly aren't around as many plus size shoppers as there are in this Northridge area. It's about supply and demand. They do, I know a lot of stores will do kind of a general research survey of the types of people in that area and stock their stores accordingly. Clearly, this is an area with more plus size shoppers.
All right, let's see what TikTok Shop's talking about for real. So I was looking for a little fanny pack, like for my waist to my hips, and y'all tag this shop in the comments, and I'm gonna link the product right here. But it's supposed to be this like size inclusive fanny pack. Of course, I got the cow print because y'all want to call me a cow. Well, moo then, moo. Okay, wait. I need to ba ba. And let's just make it as big. Yeah. Yeah. Come on. And now let's get it around town. Let's bring it around. Oh, nobody speak to me. Nobody, hello. Bow. It go move. Ooh. All right, let's see.
I mean, I'm glad she's happy she found the fanny pack she wanted. I don't really know what to do with it. I'm glad you found something that works for you, dear.
It's your girl Samyra, coming at you about the plus sizes. Friends, listen closely, please. If you want plus sizes to sell, why you keep making them ugly as hell? Why do I gotta get it in the mail? Why can't I go to the store like everybody else? Ooh, everybody else, they got it on a shelf, they got it on a rack, they got it in a bag. I gotta wait for the stock online. Baby, why? When I am this fine.
She's made several videos with this song of hers, and I just feel the need to respond is that the reason why you buy them online is because the amount of plus size people that need those sizes, if they are in a more concentrated area, those stores probably carry them. If they are not in your area, you are in a thinner area. It is in an area where there aren't as many plus size people, so they just don't carry them. And if they do carry them and they don't carry them to the full range, it's because those won't sell. Those sizes don't typically sell. The fat acceptance community loves to say that the majority of American women are plus sized, and I'm not even gonna research because we're just gonna assume for a moment that's true. Okay, every size that I've heard them say is between a 14 to an 18, which would in most sizes run from like a large to an extra large, maybe a 1X, that sort of thing. So technically plus sizes, but they're plus sizes that can fit in extended sizes. And even if they do go up to like a plus size pattern scale, it's going to be the lowest end of that plus size scale. I am a size 14. I fit in most extra larges. Even when I go for like a 0X, like a plus size 0X, which I have on occasion, it still tends to be big. The reason why they don't stock them in store is because there just isn't no matter how you slice it, there just isn't the demographic that would buy them near you. And saying that most American women are plus sized does not help your argument when I mean, this isn't directly about Samyra, this is just in general. Every time someone's cited like the average American woman's size, it's between a 14 and an 18, which, while technically plus size, is at the lowest end of plus size, meaning that the majority of people would still fit in the either extended sizes or very low plus sizes, which is why they wouldn't carry necessarily a 4X in a Forever 21.
Okay, thank you.
I don't like how this video is painting all of these companies out to be bad and to villainize them for not having a product in their store that people are not buying. Now, I will say I'm glad that this creator was respectful to the employees that she was talking to. But the reason these companies are pulling these sizes from their stores or don't have them physically in store is not because the companies are fat phobic or because they have something against people who are overweight. It's because the need for these products is not big enough to warrant buying them in bulk and shipping them to their stores. And while America is getting bigger, the need for sizes above things like XXL represents a very, very small group of people. Their solution, rather than taking a loss, is saying, okay, well, they can order them online. But for some reason, that is not enough. Rather than getting on social media and villainizing companies while victimizing yourself, why don't we talk about the actual solutions to the problem you have encountered? Option 1, order your clothes online. Option 2, wait for Americans to get bigger, because we are, to the point where these companies won't lose money if they carry these sizes in store. Option 3, take a look in the mirror and see how you can develop healthier habits to get yourself out of this situation. None of these options here should include expecting a company to take a loss for you just because you don't like the solutions that were presented. Now look, I know everybody is on their own health journey and it doesn't happen overnight, but playing the victim only stops you from being able to take accountability for the actions that got you here in the first place.
Okay, so one, I love the way he laid that out, and I'm glad that he acknowledged, Americans are getting bigger, but the amount that need over like a double XL is very small, which is basically what I was just saying. I think he handled this very well, and I appreciate that he also kind of called for some level of accountability. Her faces during this were very rude, but I think that she just felt attacked, so we're gonna put that aside. What I find really interesting is this: I don't know why it's becoming a trend to attempt to humble me. And this isn't just a Samyra thing. This is a fat acceptance issue. And it's the thing that really starts to piss me off. I don't understand how you can put out these big claims that these companies are fat phobic because they don't carry your sizes. And then when people come back with their own opinion, you act like they are the ones that are like causing an affront to you or something. You are the one that threw the fucking, I want to say Molotov cocktail, but I think that's being a little over dramatic, into like the town square. Like you're the one that started to yell from the rooftops. So people are like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, let's put this in perspective like this man here." And it's taken not only as more than just like a difference of opinion. It's taken as like an attempt to humble you. And I guess to an extent that it was. I didn't feel like he was necessarily shaming per se your opinions, although I think he was calling for a level of accountability because a lot of fat acceptance people just don't take accountability for where they are in life at all. But to claim that anyone that comes back at you with a difference of opinion and with, I mean, honestly, I've said it before and I'll say it again. Social media is the modern day town square. You can get up on your soapbox 100% and just shout your opinions from the rooftops. You are going to get people that hear you come to your little soapbox and argue with you because you got up in what is essentially a internet virtual public arena, a public common space, and were shouting this opinionated, very strongly opinionated position that is going to cause people to disagree with you. I'm not gonna come on like I fully expect people to come on here. People have come on this channel and tried to shame me and tried to tell me I was fat phobic and said that mine is my opinions are like try hard or whatever. And they can. They want to someone even just commented like the clown emoji on a couple of my videos to basically call me a clown. It is what it is. I expect that. People can disagree with me. It's fine. It doesn't necessarily mean they're trying to humble me, and if they are trying to humble me, why the fuck do I care? Why the fuck do you care? Honestly, for as confident as Samyra is, I'm surprised that she clearly gets so upset by these people disagreeing with her. And I like if you think that he's wrong, rather than sitting there with your reaction, like with these faces that you're making, and this saying, I don't know, it's also this, I don't know why it's become a trend to attempt to humble me, also gives like a certain almost victim air about the whole situation, which you are not a victim. You put an opinion out there, people disagree with you. It's the internet, it's part of discourse. I don't think he was disrespectful. Personally, I think he was maybe critical, but not necessarily disrespectful, in my opinion. So we're gonna watch one more, and then we're gonna move on to Manhwa.
Remember how I said people keep trying to humble me? Let me tell y'all what happened. And if I speak, so listen very closely. Y'all know how I've gone to a couple premieres, right? I went to Barbie. I went to The Color Purple. I went to Candy Cane Lane. I went to Little Mermaid, right? Ba 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 ba, right? So y'all know it's very hard to find dresses, outfits for these events, right? Very difficult. So for one of these events, I was going to look for a dress. Went to a place, was telling them what the event was, tried some things on, right? Now, what I was given to try on, I didn't want to try it on because it was terrible. It looked like a muumuu. And if you don't know what a muumuu is, like a muumuu, like the big long dress thing that like your grandma would wear to sleep, like a muumuu, literally a muumuu. And like I'm about to walk the carpet, I'm not wearing that. Very respectfully, I'm not wearing that on the carpet. If that's your style, cool. It ain't finna be mine. So this person was literally trying to be like, oh my gosh, I think you should wear this. You could dress this up nicely. Y'all, it's literally a moo-moo. A moo-moo. What came on? Hold on. A moo-moo. So I'm like, that's not really my style. Like, I'm really trying to be nice. Like, I'm really not trying to dog the outfit too bad. But it was terrible. It was absolutely terrible, horrendous, terrible, awful, bad. A problem, issue, and concern. So bada bing, bada boom. What a person gonna tell me in response to me not wanting to wear this very, very terrible dress on the carpet? They gonna tell me, you have to remember, you're not the star of the movie. And then I wore a gown. And then I wore a gown. And then I wore a gown and ate everybody up. So in conclusion, y'all gonna stop trying to humble fat people, bruh. We can look good. We can feel good. Why y'all think we have to go look at second best? Who said that?
So I do think that this was a level of them putting her down because she's fat, but I think the bigger portion of it was that they probably didn't have something else to fit her. And so as a way to like secure the sale of this item that they probably can't normally sell, they were trying to put her down as like this is the best that you're going to get because of your size to try to get her to buy it. Like it clearly was still tied to her weight, but I feel like the focus was more kind of almost like negging her to take the material. Like there's some, it doesn't have, I've only experienced it once, but that does happen on occasion, especially if you go shopping by yourself, where sometimes the people are like on very rare occasions, but there are times when the employees like can sniff out levels of insecurity, or they see you as like a vulnerable person, and so they will try to give you stuff that doesn't typically sell, and then either pump you up with this very clearly ugly item, or will like say it's the best that you can get because of how you look. It doesn't I haven't, I've like I said, I've only experienced it once, but it does happen on occasion. So for this, like I do think her weight definitely played a role in her receiving that interaction. But I think that there's quite possibly like the focus of it was to try to get her to buy it by putting her down a bit rather than simply for the hatred of her weight. Like I think it was a little bit working in tandem there. But curious about your opinions on this one. All right, my husband, my sister, and I finished. It was good. I mean, if you want like a really, really good revenge fantasy sort of situation, it's fabulous. Like the level of revenge she got on both her cheating husband, who ended up being even more of a creep later. Like he was the ultimate sort of creep. If you want like a cheating husband that you can truly hate on many levels, like this is it. if you want a psycho sister who isn't afraid to kill her older sister, as well as like questions of parentage and all that sort of thing, all stuff that can be wrapped up in this story. It's very good in terms of a revenge fantasy. If you like revenge fantasies, I highly recommend My Husband, My Sister, and I, because it is a fantastic revenge story. Trash will always be trash. Only one more chapter has been uploaded since I started reading it. From like last week, and it's just more of her trying to prove herself as a competent person, and not that she slept with the emperor to get her position and that sort of thing. We haven't seen more of her trash husband, ex fiance, really. Um, so not a whole lot has happened there. The last straw is this interesting one where it's the parents lost their oldest daughter when she was really young and have spent years searching for her. And then they allegedly had their younger daughter, but the younger daughter doesn't really look like anyone else in the family, and everyone treats her like shit, right? Like physical, mental, emotional abuse is basically all she's known for the majority of her life from her family. But her betrothed, her fiance, um, him and his family have always treated her very well. Well, finally, their original daughter, their like eldest daughter, is found. They start taking away everything from her to give to their eldest daughter. And she more or less just relents to everything. They take her jewelry to give to her older sister, whatever. They take her dresses to give to her older sister, whatever. They take away socializing opportunities from her so that way her older sister can shine. She looks the other way. She does she tolerates a lot of favoritism. She tolerates a lot of bad um behavior towards her. But then they actually tried to break off her engagement with her fiance, and like that's the last straw for her. And then it's just kind of a whole situation that keeps going downhill. It's entertaining. And then there's this whole political thing in the background between two dukes and their families kind of aligning back, and then there's the emperor, and then there's the temple, and there's this whole political thing that we are only catching glimpses of behind the scene. It's already finished. I'm on episode 45 of, I think it's 70, so I'm a little more than halfway done, but it's pretty good. I'm really enjoying it. It's clearly heavily hinted that we know that her father isn't her father and that sort of thing, and we're going to find out more about that as we go, but I'm really enjoying it. So, despite the fact that all of these wait until frees are up, I've really only been reading The Fantasy of a Stepmother and The Perks of Being an S-Class Heroine. And it's really just been, I've been kind of chugging along with those. Not a whole lot has happened because I've been reading it kind of inconsistently. I typically can get one new episode a day, but I've really only been reading 1 or 2 episodes a week. And there isn't a whole lot to say. I am looking to start reading The Emperor Thinks I'm Dying, but I haven't actually started that one yet. And then the rest of these, I can't figure out how to get rid of them, which is really annoying because I think I started reading most of these and then was like immediately bored. So I don't really want these here, but I don't know how to get rid of them. Tapas doesn't have the personalization options that like Webtoons and Tappytoon has, but they do have these, which are pretty good. And I think I'll cover Tappytoon and Webtoons in the next video for this week. So I'm going to end it here. Thank you so much for watching. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you next time.